Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at petty revenges. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. This was a long time ago, but I remember it like it was yesterday. I worked in the regional branch of a bank and was in loans. The district manager had to move the head lender into our branch for observation because he had 4 processors quit on him within 6 months. So I was number 5. This guy was hated at our bank. He treated fellow workers incredibly disrespectfully and was a flaming racist. Well, my district manager ended up loving him and he lived to drive me crazy. One day he had this obnoxious singing tie that he played. I obviously cringed, so he decided to play it over and over and over, in between customers, in between phone calls, and smiled huge because he knew I was absolutely silently seething. So I finally decided I had enough. I told him if he could go the rest of the day without playing it, I would buy him a case of literally any case of beer of his choosing, anything. He immediately jumped on it and then spent the rest of the day musing out loud about what the most expensive beer was, max number of bottles, all the different ways he could gorge me the most, while laughing like it was the funniest thing ever. I silently took it and didn't say a word, no matter how outrageous his comments, his constant at my expense comments. After 6.5 straight hours of this, the clock finally hit end of day. At that point, he jumped up and started telling me what he had decided his beer of choice would be, to which I replied, April Fools. To say he was angry is an understatement. He didn't speak to me for a month, which was awesome. The district manager was equally enraged. Everyone else high-fived me for weeks. I ended up quitting not too long after, but I will admit it was so satisfying. Petty, yes, but so deserved. This person didn't even do anything wrong. They were just like, if you don't play that, I will buy you beer. And that's it. Because that person was being so freaking annoying. The district manager liked that dude. Yeah, they belong together. Bad people belong together in hell. I live in an apartment building with a common laundry room. There are 4 washers and 4 dryers. The laundry room opens at 9 a.m. One morning, I bring my laundry down right at 9 a.m. As I arrive, I realized I forgot my laundry card in my apartment. I leave the laundry in the basket and leave the basket on a machine. I retrieve my card and then return to the laundry room. In the 5 minutes I've been gone, one of my neighbors has loaded all 4 washing machines with their clothes and linens. I expressed my disapproval of her selfishness and pointed out that there was obviously another tenant who was looking to do laundry. She gave me a barely coherent excuse about just needing to get the laundry done. At this point, the machines are loaded and the cycle has begun. Pissed, I take my clothes back upstairs. At this point, I am fuming about how someone can be so inconsiderate. I know that the washing machine takes 30 minutes for a cycle. The dryers take an hour for a cycle. So I waited about 28 minutes and then returned to the laundry room. I started a cycle on each of the dryers on the heat-free setting, forcing the rude neighbor to wait an hour to finish their laundry. Best $8 I ever spent. Wow, they actually spent money to get the revenge. Wow. Honestly, that person knew someone else was going to do the laundry and they were like, I'm going to take it all. Rude. This happened when I was in secondary school about the age of 16. I had been friends with Lisa, not her real name, for just over a year. We spent a lot of time together. We went to the school disco together, spent time at each other's houses, and I thought we were good friends. She always hung out with my friends, but no one actually liked her. I knew that, and I always knew they were only nice to her because she was friends with me. Lisa did not know this. After a year of being friends, she was moved to my tutor group. In my school, every school year was split into 6 tutor groups. She had no friends in her tutor group and no one liked her, so she requested to be moved to mine and she was allowed. She always sat with me and my friends and I thought things were going well. One thing I haven't told you yet, Lisa was physically disabled. She used crutches to walk and the school was very proud to cater to disabled children, so they always allowed Lisa to get away with a lot. Anyway, so one evening I'm at my home computer and Lisa pops up on MSN. For those who don't know what MSN is, it's an old messaging app that was very popular in the 2000s. Oh my gosh, nostalgia! I said hi and asked how she was, and out of the blue she turned nasty. The conversation goes as follows. Lisa says, Allison, you're such a bitch. Me, why am I a bitch? Lisa, think, 'cause you are. She then started calling me really horrible names and started saying horrible things. I was shocked. Me, have I done something to upset you? If I have, then I apologize. Lisa, no, I just don't want to be friends with you anymore. I don't need you anymore. I never wanted to be friends with you. No one actually likes you. Everyone hates you. Me, okay Lisa, I'm going to give you one chance to apologize. She told me to F off, so I blocked her, but not before I screenshotted our entire conversation. I had a sense I would need these later, but I am the most petty person ever, so I was going to destroy her. She only moved to my tutor group because she had no friends, so now I was going to make sure she had no friends in my tutor group either. So next day I went to school, made sure I got there really early, and showed all of my friends the screenshots that I printed off. I then showed everyone in my tutor group as well. Lisa was always the last to arrive at class, so I waited. I sat with my friends and smiled when she walked through the door. She ignored me as she approached our table. My friends told her they didn't want to be friends with her anymore and told her to go away and she couldn't sit with us. I watched with the biggest smile as everyone else in my tutor group did the same thing. In the end, she sat alone in the furthest corner of the classroom. Every class I attended, I showed everyone the screenshots and watched as Lisa was forced to sit by herself. She kept glaring at me. All I did was smile and wave. Lunchtime came. By now, everyone in my half of the year had learnt about the screenshots, either through word of mouth or I had shown them the paper. I walked into the canteen and saw Lisa approach multiple tables and was told to go away. She once again had to sit alone. I purposely walked past her and flashed a grin. The next day, after my first 2 lessons, I was called into the principal's office. I wasn't surprised to find Lisa there with one of the teachers and helpers that supports the disabled children in the school. I was told to sit down and I asked what this was about. The conversation goes as follows. Alison, Lisa has come to me with some disturbing allegations. She says you've been bullying her and thanks to you she now has no friends. If this is true, you could face being expelled. We don't tolerate bullying of disabled children, the headmaster said to me. I was a good kid at school, never had detention, never got in trouble, had good grades. In short, I was a keener, but I wasn't scared. I turned and saw Lisa smile at me. She thought she had won. I smiled back and her expression quickly changed from smug to worry. Well, actually, headmaster, this all started 2 days ago. Lisa sent me some horrible messages on MSN and she said she didn't want to be friends anymore. I asked for an apology and she refused. All I did was screenshot the horrible messages she sent to me and showed them to all my friends because I was so upset. I did try my best to sound as if I was about to cry. My friends then decided they didn't want to be friends with Lisa because why would they want to be friends with someone who sends such horrible messages? As I said this, I pulled out the screenshots from my bag and placed them on his desk. Oh, and this is her email if you want to check it's actually her. I pointed to the top of the paper. I then looked at Lisa and smiled. All of the colour had drained from her face and she no longer looked smug. The headmaster and the other teacher both looked at me and then looked at Lisa before they both read the screenshots. The headmaster looked up at me. You may go, Alison. Thank you. Bye, Lisa. I waved, smiled and left the office, leaving the screenshots in the office. From what I heard, Lisa had detention after that. We never spoke again and she spent the rest of the school year alone, no friends and miserable. I revelled watching her suffer and I'm not afraid to admit it brought me great pleasure to bring her down. Wow! Why did Lisa do that to herself though? Like, she already had no friends before and then she found such a good friend group and then she had to destroy it herself? Like, what? Did all of a sudden, after she spent some time with friends, now she thinks she's the best person? And she can choose who to ditch? That's crazy how some people are like that. It just means Lisa never had a good heart to begin with. Ew. I just don't get why she would do that to herself. Because she was allowed into their group. You know, she was not like the original member. She was like someone that joined in afterwards. And then she's gonna ruin it. I'm confused. Why would they do that to themselves? The protagonist is my 3-year-old at the time nephew, my uncle's grandson. Let's call him Leo. So my dad was at his brother's house. They were chatting while Leo was enjoying a chocolate a few steps away from them. Without even asking him, my uncle steals a piece of chocolate from his grandson, eats it, and continues talking with my father carelessly. But my nephew had no plans of letting it go. My father sees he grabs a piece of chocolate and without emitting a sound, he starts rubbing it between his hands. Accomplice of Leo's mischief, my dad, who thought my uncle did wrong, remained silent and watched his vengeance take place. Leo walked slowly to my uncle, who was wearing very nice, very white pants. When he was close enough, without saying a word, he put both hands in my uncle's white pants, leaving 2 perfect chocolate hands, just like some ancient rock art, but with chocolate. He then ran away, before my uncle understood what was going on. My dad noticed my uncle was befuddled, so he said, well, you ate his chocolate without asking him. You deserved it. The kid was like, how dare you take my chocolate? Planning my revenge already. Wow, kids can hold grudges, hey? Don't steal a kid's chocolate. Why would you even take candy from a kid, honestly? Like, that's the one thing you don't take from kids because they will start crying and they will start going crazy. You can't take the candy? Are you crazy? Jeez. You have to give kids candy, not take it away from them. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!